Hi, this is Lucy. Welcome to the World Storytelling Cafe. I am a co-founder of the World Storytelling Cafe, and I work as a psychotherapist and a clinical hypnotherapist. And today I would like to invite you to come on a mini course at the School for Hearts. And this is a visualization that will help you to connect with your heart in perhaps a different way from how you've connected with your heart and your feelings previously. Most of my visualizations carry a health warning that if you know that you're feeling particularly vulnerable, and if you know that you have a mental health condition or a severe physical condition, then please speak to your GP or specialist before taking part in this visualization, as sometimes it can go quite deep. It's also important that you understand that it's not suitable to do a visualization when you're operating any form of machinery, including driving a car, for obvious reasons. So before any visualization, it's a good idea to get yourself a glass of water. Make sure that you've been to the loo so you don't have to get up in the middle of the visualization, and alert anybody who's in your house to let them know that you don't want to be disturbed for the next hour or so. I find it's also a good idea to have a pen and paper handy so that at the end of the visualization you can quickly jot down any insights or any thoughts that came up during your session. And if you've not done a visualization before, then it's important that you know that this visualization journey is your journey, and that you will be invited to do various things or imagine various things on the journey. But nothing is obligatory. You're always in control. And if you're invited to do anything that you don't want to do, then just don't do it. And if you know there's some emotional areas that you're particularly sensitive about at the moment, then perhaps those areas are not good areas to explore if you don't feel ready to. But on the other hand, if you do feel ready to explore areas of your emotional life, then this is a good time to do that, and give yourself permission in this safe space to go just as deeply as you feel safe to do. So now I'd like to invite you to find a really nice, comfortable place to lie down or to sit down. It's often nice to have a supportive pillow under your head and a warm blanket in case you get cold after lying or sitting in one place for an extended period. So now I'd like to invite you to focus on your breath. Notice your breath breathing into your body, and notice your breath leaving your body. And allow your breath to deepen easily and effortlessly, finding a rhythm that's suitable for you, that feels right, that feels comfortable. And if you'd like, when you breathe in, just hold your breath for a few seconds and then allow the release to take place a little more slowly. You can do the 3, 4, 5 breath if you'd like, where you breathe in for 3 seconds, you hold your breath for 4 seconds, and then you slowly release it for 5, 6 or 7 seconds. Whatever rhythm feels right for you. And do this kind of breathing, slower breathing, for 6 or 7 times. And just notice as you are focusing on your breath that your whole body is starting to relax, and allow your body to relax deeply, more comfortably into your sofa, your bed or your chair, wherever you're lying. Just notice the calmness starting to increase. And now, when you're ready, continue allowing your breath to relax your body and switch your focus, switch your attention to your heart. And if you like, you could place your hand on your chest where we imagine our heart to be, and visualize, if you'd like, a heart shape inside your chest. And just notice what kinds of emotions are flowing through your heart right now. Without judgment, just notice, like an objective scientist, what's going on in your heart right now. And notice that these emotions in your heart change, sometimes from moment to moment, and certainly from hour to hour and day to day. And it can be quite useful to think of your emotions as being like weather, changeable. One day you can have beautiful sunshine, followed by a rainy shower, or a hailstorm, or a gentle breeze. Notice the weather changes always, and it's useful to remember that you are the weather master. Even though events happen throughout our lives that we're not always in control of, we are always in a position to have a choice as to what emotions we choose to experience and to focus on. And now switch your attention to your mind and the thoughts that are going through your head at the moment. And again, like that objective scientist who notices from a distance, notice your thoughts, what thoughts are passing through your mind, and notice how one thought is then followed by the next thought, and then the next thought, and the next. And notice that as you focus on your thoughts, that the thoughts themselves start to slow down. And whatever your thoughts may be, whether they're thoughts about yourself, about this experience, about your day, or about the future, just notice how interesting it is that your thoughts are constantly changing, and that sometimes they contain judgments about yourself or others. That this thought might be a good thought or a bad thought, or that this thought might be a clever thought or a silly thought. Just notice, without judging yourself, how the thoughts change from moment to moment. And notice how the thoughts are starting to clear up, to slow down. And now give yourself permission to let go of the day, let go of everything that's been happening in your day, so that you're free to focus on this visualization and let your mind and body know that the only thing you need to focus on right now is the sound of my voice and your relaxation in this visualization. So allow your body, your mind, your heart to just breathe a deep sense of relaxation throughout your whole self, and feel yourself sinking more and more deeply into the surface where you're sitting or lying, and notice all of your anxieties, all the thoughts for today just starting to seep into the surface where you're lying. Everything is dissipating, leaving you clearer, freer, lighter, ready to experience your subconscious mind, ready to go on a journey. And now I'd like to invite you to step into a beautiful place in your mind's eye. You may experience this as a very clear visualization, or it may be that it's less clear. Allow yourself not to judge your experience, but just to feel how the experience is for you. Notice what you can see in this beautiful place. This is going to be the safest place that you can possibly imagine. You may have created a safe place before, in which case just recreate that place or create a new safe place if you choose to. If this is your first time in creating a safe place, then choose a place that feels very beautiful, very safe and private. This is just for you, and it's a place where you can sit or lie down or walk around in, where you feel totally undisturbed. It could be a place that you visited on holiday, a place that you've seen in a movie. It could be your own bedroom or your own kitchen. It could be a fantasy place that you've invented that doesn't exist anywhere on this planet, such as another planet or a cloud or a spaceship, or it could be deep in the ocean, out in the desert, on a beach, in a jungle. And in this safe place you can bring in whatever objects, chairs, sofas, rugs, mats, windows, shelves, any furniture or objects that you would like to have around you. And you can have whatever furnishings in whatever style you like. It could be luxurious or very simple, modern or very old-fashioned. The light could be bright or quite somber. There could be a fire there, or it could just be a wonderful sunny day, or a nice rainy day if that feels safe for you. Use your imagination and look around. What are you wearing? And look at the colours. Are they bright or muted? Reach out and touch one of the objects in your safe, secure place. What is it? What does it feel like? What can you smell? You may be able to smell the salty air of the beach, or pine needles in a forest, or a cup of coffee brewing for you, or fragrance of some beautiful flowers in your garden. Just look around, above, below, to all of the sides. Turn around so that you can really see every part of this safe place. And then relax in your safe place, knowing that only you can be here and nothing can harm you here. Here you feel relaxed. All of your anxieties and worries just disappear the moment that you step into this place. No one is allowed in this safe place without your permission. You may want to invite in a pet or an imaginary creature if you like, but no person is allowed in unless you choose to invite them in. And now, with this beautiful, safe place that you've created, I'd like you to imagine a dial in front of you, and at the moment it's on a setting of 1 or 2. And I would like you to set up the feeling of safety, set it up on the dial to 9 or even a 10, so that your feeling of relaxation and safety in your safe place is much, much higher. It suddenly increases 8-fold, 9-fold, 10-fold. You feel safer, more relaxed than you've ever felt before. You're enjoying this feeling. This feeling feels like home. And now when you're ready, I'd like to invite you to gently step out of your beautiful safe place onto a path, a rough path leading through a meadow. It's going down a hill, all the way down to a little school building. And as you walk downwards towards the school, you notice with every step that you take, you feel more and more relaxed. You have a sense of anticipation of visiting this school, the School for Hearts. It's a beautiful building made out of logs. It has a pointed roof and windows in the shape of hearts. The door is a huge heart shape, and as you approach the door opens, and there you see your guide. Your guide is the head of this school, and they welcome you with open arms. As you enter the School for Hearts, you notice that it's not like a regular school with formal classrooms. There are just 3 areas, and each area looks really comfortable and inviting. Your guide invites you to the first area, and as you walk through this area, you notice a big sign that says, "The Responsible Heart." Your guide invites you to sit on a sofa next to them, and they invite you to think of all of those thoughts that you may have that are not taking responsibility in your life. Thoughts where you might be identifying as a victim, blaming others or blaming yourself, or blaming the universe. So right now, just spend some time identifying those phrases that you might say to yourself or out loud to other people, where instead of taking responsibility for your heart, for your thoughts and feelings, instead you've been using blame to try to defend, protect your heart. So your guide asks you to close your eyes while you think of those areas where you may not be taking responsibility. Do you ever say, "My mother made me feel like this," or "My children make me feel angry," or blaming yourself, "If I wasn't so fat, then I would have a partner and I would be happy. If only I wasn't a woman, then I would be successful in business. If I had money, then I would be happy." what victim thoughts might go through your heart, through your mind. Your guide explains that it's time for you to let go of feeling like a victim, and it's time for your heart to develop responsibility so that you can take control of how you feel and choose what emotions you feel in your heart. Your guide invites you right now, if you feel ready, to decide to take responsibility for all of those things in your life, knowing that you have control over your emotions. And your guide also invites you to be kind to yourself if ever you slip up and find yourself blaming others or blaming yourself or blaming the universe. And when that happens, just forgive yourself for feeling like a victim, for acting like a victim. And then you just recommit to taking full responsibility for your emotions from that moment onwards. Your guide asks you to visualize in your body, in your chest, the shape of a heart, and to imagine that your heart has a lock, and inside the lock there is a key. And as you visualize that key, you see that it's made out of metal, and you realize that it is magnetic, as is your heart, so that the natural place for your key to stay is inside the lock, inside your heart. And your guide explains that if ever you find that your emotions are not those of peace, happiness, joy, then you can look and see if your key has moved out of your heart and is in the hands of somebody else, or is somewhere else in the universe. And if ever you find that your emotions are not peaceful, it could be that you have given away the key to your heart, the key to your emotions, to someone else, and perhaps that person is playing with the key. So in your mind's eye, you can use the powerful magnetism of the key to just bring that key straight back into your heart where it belongs. And the person or the place, the thing that was having power over your emotions before no longer has any power, because you are the one who has the key. You are in control of the key for your heart. And whatever emotions are within your heart, that is your choice. And sometimes life throws difficult events our way. People get sick. We lose something that we wanted or loved. We have deaths in our family, from our friends. Our job doesn't work out. All that is weather within inside the heart. And we can take responsibility for our response to those emotions. And we can make sure that the key is firmly in our heart, so that if we want to feel peace, then we can feel peace. We remember that we are the weather master. We are the person that's in charge of how we feel. We are responsible for our emotions. And you may want to practice just bringing that key back using the power of magnetism. Just imagine the key being in the hands of somebody who you find difficult, or imagine the key to be in the hands of the government, politics, and see how you might be giving away your sense of peace to an organisation, perhaps your business where you work, or to a group of friends, or to a school, and then just take that key straight back. See the magnetism working so powerfully, even if that key is thousands of miles away, using the power of your imagination. The magnetism of the key will go straight back into your heart the moment you realize that your emotions are not as peaceful and calm as you would like them to be. Your guide reminds you that in the responsible heart part of the school, that the blame, any blame, goes up in flames, and they invite you to create a picture in your mind of blaming thoughts just going up in flames, leaving you just with responsible thoughts. And they invite you to think of a vision of the key staying with me. The key always stays just exactly with you and with nobody else. And now, your guide invites you to move to the passionate heart section of the school. And in this section, you see that there's a table with several chairs around it, and your guide invites you to move over to the table. You see that there are pictures all over the table, magazine pictures, photographs, some very beautiful images that you can use to create your own vision board at this table, so that you can create a picture of all those things that you would like to include in your life, those things that you feel passionate about. And you're surprised to see on this table that some of the photographs are pictures of you in different careers, with different hobbies, with lots of different kinds of relationships, with your children, if you have children, with your spouse, if you have a spouse, with your parents, with friends, with different family members, all those people who are important to you. And you can see yourself in these photos relating in different ways, behaving in different styles. And then you can see yourself wearing different clothes, doing different kinds of exercise, eating different kinds of foods, hobbies that you never even imagined. You can see photographs on this table of you doing all kinds of things that you feel very passionate about, things that if you were to adopt them, it would create a passionate life. You could really get behind some of these ideas, some of these images of you. Now just feel free to wander around the table, look at the different sections, all the different photographs, and perhaps play with some of the career ideas and hobby ideas. Add them to your vision board. Your vision board can be as large or as small as you like. Perhaps there's a photograph of you setting up a new business or creating a new partnership with somebody, doing something that you've never even tried before, learning about something in college or online, something that you've always thought would be exciting or interesting. There's photographs of different countries and different locations all around the world where you could travel to and explore or even live. You look at these, allow your passion to be free. Allow yourself to pick up those pictures, consider them. And if they really appeal to your passionate heart, then put them on your mood board and see how they fit with you. Look at the pictures of yourself. Perhaps there are photographs of you a slimmer, more healthy size. Perhaps there's photographs of you wearing a different kind of outfit, looking very comfortable or looking very stylish, or however you feel that you would love to look. What outfits would you like to wear? How would you like to feel? Just put those photos or pictures on your board. And look at yourself. Perhaps you're contributing to the community. What might you be doing there? Maybe other areas of your life that you have a secret passion or a hidden passion. Maybe an old passion that you've let die and not nurtured. Just look around the table and you will see those things that really excite you and interest you. Just search in all different spaces on that table and find those pictures that really stimulate your passion, make you feel like life is really worth living. Life is exciting. You can really do all those things that you've dreamt of. And your guide tells you it's important for your heart to explore and find its passion. Passion is the fashion, they say, to remind you of keeping that passion, keeping yourself interested in what you're doing within your life. Your guide tells you that many people come to this table and they choose their passions and then they don't implement them in their lives. And the guide tells you that in order to implement those things that you feel passionately about in your life, it's very important to take action, to make goals, and to follow up on those goals. So right now the guide asks you to pick just 3 areas and to think of what goals you would like to have, perhaps in the area of career and hobbies, perhaps in the area of relationships. If you could have any relationship that you chose, what would it be like? What would be the quality of that relationship? It could be a relationship you have already. How would you like to change the quality of that relationship so that it can make your heart sing, so that it can make you feel passionate, make you feel loved and able to give love? And maybe you might want to choose your health and well-being as an area, or travel, contribution. Make a goal right now, if you would like to, in one of those areas. Make a clear goal for those 3 areas. And if those goals are for your highest good, your guide tells you that this place has a special kind of magic about it that's going to help you to remember those goals. And if you have any fear coming up about those goals, that you are going to be able to feel that fear, recognize it, and just allow yourself to take the action, to take the steps anyway, knowing that fear is just a sign that you're expanding your comfort zone, that you're following your passion. And now your guide takes you to the 3rd area, the final area of the school. And there's a sign there that says, opening the heart. And you see in this area a beautiful window that's looking out into nature. There's a big room with sofas, a little kitchen in the corner, and then there's sliding folding doors that are open, and you can see out into a beautiful garden with a forest beyond. You can see a vegetable garden and fruit trees outside. And you're amazed at the beauty of this place. And your guide tells you that in the opening heart section of the school, it's very important to learn gratitude, kindness, forgiveness. Those 3 areas are learnt in this area of the school. So you wander out into the garden, and your guide asks you to notice the beauty of everything around you and to connect through your heart with gratitude for all those amazing things within nature, within this world that you love. So you look around the flowers and the shrubs, and you pick a flower and examine it closely. You look at the amazing beauty of each petal, the vibrancy of the colours, the exquisite detail of the leaves, the stem, and all parts of the flower. And you breathe in the beautiful scent and touch the softness of the flower. And you think right now about all the beautiful areas in your world. Think about the beauty that you can see in the forest here, the beauty of nature in all of the different countries on the planet. And for each thing that you are visualizing, have a sense of gratitude that you are able to experience all or most of these things within your lifetime. Now your guide invites you to sit on one of the chairs outside and with your eyes closed to think about all those different relationships that you have in your life that you feel grateful for, even those relationships that are not perfect, as most relationships aren't. Just think of all the aspects of those relationships that have benefited you. Your parents may not have been perfect. They may have been far from perfect, but they gave you life. And we can all experience a sense of gratitude for being given life. Your spouse may not be perfect in every way, but they've given you some joy. They've given you some things that have been of great benefit for you. They've given you some support over the years, some kindness, some love. Just notice that. Perhaps you may have taken some of that for granted. Your children or friends, whichever you have, even though they may not be perfect, they may not live up to your high expectations always. But just think of those aspects of them that you feel grateful for. And your guide invites you to make a plan for how to express your gratitude. Because gratitude kept to yourself is wonderful, but gratitude expressed is magnified even more and allows your heart to open and grow. So think of 3 different people that you might choose to express your gratitude. What would you like to say to them in person, in words, or in a communication, a letter, perhaps, or an email? And just plan some words that you might say that express your gratitude. And your guide tells you that there is one person that you may have overlooked to send gratitude to, and that's yourself. You've done many things to support your body, your mind, your heart, and your spirit So your guide suggests that you think of those things within yourself, that you can express gratitude to yourself for. How amazing is your body that's kept you alive, even though it may not be perfect, as most bodies are not. This body has served you well. This body heals you as best it can. Your mind has allowed you to enjoy your life, to do so many things, to go to so many places. And your heart has allowed you to experience love and other emotions. Just think of all those things for yourself that you can be grateful for. And now your guide asks you to move back inside to the opening heart area once more. And your guide tells you that in their experience, most people would love to feel happy, and they're often searching for happiness. But the truth is that happiness, when we're searching for it, can be elusive. And your wise guide tells you that the best way to find happiness is through trying to make others feel happy, and the way to do that is through kindness. So your guide asks you to think of 3 different kindnesses that you might be able to perform that will help other people. Could be people who you know, or it could be perfect strangers, or it could be kindness towards an animal or towards the planet. So think of 3 different things that you can do that will spread kindness. And this, your guide explains, will increase the intensity of love within your heart. Your heart will open more and more the kinder you can be, the more acts of kindness that you are able to perform. And now your guide tells you that you are ready for the final part of opening your heart, which is finding the very core of your heart, where lives peace. And so your guide tells you that for this lesson in opening the heart, it's important to sit opposite to them. And for the very first time since you met your guide, you look at them straight in their eyes, and they look back at you, and you notice for the first time that your guide has the kindest, gentlest eyes. And your guide is looking at you with a loving expression. You feel as though they can see right into your very soul. They take your hands and they tell you that they know exactly who you are, deep in the very depths of your heart, and they can see all of your qualities, all of those things about you that are amazing and beautiful and wonderful. And looking in your guide's eyes, you can see that it's true. That reflected in their loving, kind eyes, you can tell that they can see the real you. They can see that at your very core, at the center of you, when all those superfluous aspects of yourself, all those negative habits are just removed, allowed to drop away, all those irritating things that you dislike about yourself just drop away. The very core of you, the very center of your heart, is a pure innocence, a pure love, pure kindness, a pure beauty and peace. And you feel this as your guide is looking at you. You feel they can see right into the very center. And as they're looking at the center of your heart, you feel the love from your guide flowing through their hands, straight through your hands, up your arms, across your shoulders and down into your heart. This loving guide is filled with love and admiration for you. They can see you. They can see exactly who you are and who you have been all of your life. They can see the beautiful child that you were when you were younger. They can see your teenager. They can see you through your young adulthood up to the very moment, the age that you are now. And they know who you are. They can see your heart is full of love, wanting to share with others, needing to share with others. And your heart is filling up with their love and kindness. And you can visualize it as a white light that's flowing from their fingertips, through your arms, up through your shoulders, and then at the neck going down into your heart. See the intense, bright white light filling up your heart. Notice the key is always in your heart. You can always choose how you feel. The intensity of the light is spreading beyond your heart and filling your body up so that your whole body is feeling peaceful. Peace is spreading throughout your whole body, going up to your head, down to your toes. The intensity of light in your heart is spreading out even beyond the boundaries of your body, so that the love and light is able to expand as far as you would like it to expand to, out beyond this school, beyond this whole area, out all around the planet, if you choose, encompassing your friends, encompassing your family, encompassing anybody and everybody that you choose, feel love in your heart, giving you joy and happiness, allowing you to feel exactly as you choose. This is who you are. You are pure love, pure light, pure peace and kindness. Feel the peacefulness intensifying, the sense of love for yourself and others intensifying, so that you can feel just exactly as loving as you would like to feel. Feel yourself receiving love from your guide, from those around you, and giving out love to your guide and those around you. Now your guide tells you that you have finished your tour of the School of Hearts, and that your heart has been shown to be a very beautiful one, and they hand you a certificate, a picture of a heart with a key in it, and they sign it, and it says on it, "You are perfect. You are full of love, full of kindness, full of passion, and you are ready to take responsibility for your heart." They sign the bottom of this certificate and you take it with you. They hug you as you leave and let you know that you are welcome to come back here any day that you choose in your mind's eye. So you leave the school and walk back up the meadow, and then you step back into your safe place. You feel completely relaxed again, and you bring back with you all of those things that are for your highest good, and you remember all of those commitments that you made to yourself. And now within your safe place, you become aware of that deep feeling of safety and security once again. And as you are in your safe place, you lie down and relax, and you start to notice the sensation of your body on the place where you are sitting or lying, and the sensation of your head supported by a pillow or cushion. And now I'm going to count from 1 till 5, and when I reach 5, you'll be able to be fully alert and awake, and you'll be able to continue with your day or your evening, doing exactly the activity that you choose, whether that's being active or whether that's continuing on to go to sleep. Whichever you choose, whichever is appropriate. So 1, you start to move your toes. 2, you start to move your fingers. 3, you notice your breath, breathing in and breathing out. Moving from 3 until 4, you're able to move your legs and your arms. And 4 till 5, you're able to move your head. And on a breath that seems right for you, you can breathe your eyes open and be fully alert and awake. And when you do so, you may want to reach for your paper and pen and to start journaling or writing down anything that you want to bring with you, any insights or any goals, plans, or you may want to continue lying and reflecting on your journey. So I'm going to leave the music going for 5 minutes or so. And I'd just like to say thank you for joining me on this journey to the School of the Heart. And if you enjoyed this journey, found it beneficial, then do join me again next Sunday, 8 o'clock at the World Storytelling Cafe. And if you would like to contact me, my email is Lucie, LUCIEAW, @yahoo.co.uk, or you can contact me through the World Storytelling Cafe contact page. Thank you, and hope to see you next Sunday.